it took several attempts for you to actually be on the show. They tried to get you an audition, but a couple of times you weren't sure. And so I just want to ask, what inspired you to finally step it up and, audition and be starring Smallville?
Well, looking back now, which I guess is going to be 9 seasons, at the time when they were bringing people into auditions, they weren't letting them see a script. It was only the size for the audition itself. And once they like what you get in the audition, they allow you to read the script. And it took a while. Sometimes in Hollywood, I guess, when they don't have a script to show people, that means it probably means they don't have one, which isn't a good thing. So it took a little convincing through the people that were managing at the time and myself to go and once we went through the audition, they showed me the script, and then it was at first I thought it was going to be Superman in a cape in tights on television. And once I read the script, I realized it was completely different than what I thought, and it was just a great script and a great idea, and something that I thought hadn't been done before and had a lot of room to grow. And it looks like that was a pretty good assessment looking back 9 years.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm just a little curious, because that's actually, an interesting thing that happens to every actor. So, Allison, do you remember what it was like when you first got called in?
They originally wanted to have a woman who was of a different ethnicity than me. So when I walked in the room, I was the only white girl. And I was like, I don't think I'm right for this part. Something tells me, but they decided to change gears and shift things around. So when I went back the second time, I was sort of like, all right, you guys know what I do. Really, do we need to do this again? I went in with a little bit of attitude, but apparently they liked that for Chloe and carried me through 9 years.
When you first started, how did you find out what script you get and that kind of thing? How did you know you were going to be cast? Do you remember? It was a long time ago.
It was so long ago. No, I actually got outside. I didn't see a whole episode. But it looked great. I had an idea of who she was going to be, though, and they shared that with me.
Justin, Green Arrow got to you how?
Gosh, I don't know. I think I did this pilot with the guys who created the show, and they just kind of
and then they brought you in?
Yeah, they brought me in. They had down me and brought me in. I think
Erica, Lois Lane, not the easiest shoes to step into. I was there with Tom, sorry.
You were there. I was just up in Vancouver, and at the time I was having a bit of a temper tantrum about the industry. I being childish, and it came out that Lois Lane was part of the show, and I'm from Canada, and I was up in Vancouver, and I went, they'll just go with LA. So I'm sitting outside the studio waiting to go, and I said, I just gotta do it. So I went in, and similar to Alex, and I kind of was just like, so over it, trying to pretend I was super cool, but I wasn't. And then I got a call, and I went down to for it, and the rest is history. It's been a lot of fun and really quick, fast ride.
Love you, Erica!
Cal, you're the new kid. How did they approach you? How did you come to this? And please talk in that voice.
I had actually just moved back to London, and I put myself on stage. I actually didn't know it was Zod that I was auditioning for. It was a character called Mason, and I found out. I found out when I got to LA to test that it was Zod, and then I kind of fell apart after all my lines in the test. Not very Zod-like.